Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Nxt 2.0. I am Gene Okerlund, here with Trini Kwan and with Wade Barrett. And today on Nxt 2.0, we're gonna see the TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings here with Killer, who is the TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter, with Montel Rotadius Porter. Yes, well, it is true that Montel Rotadius Porter took Killer, and now Killer at least got some wins underneath him. You know, they might not be the wins that he wanted, Trini Kwan said, but he did get some wins. Yeah, he did, Wade Barrett said. He ended up beating so many folks to become the TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter. And who knows what is next for Killer. You know. And I still can't believe that he was a cloveless G.I. Joe doll. Alright, everyone. Killer is the TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter. And no, he's not the stead holder for Omos. But when we do get Omos, him and Killer are going to be a team. Also, someone out there is going to have to go. Someone out there who thinks they're bold enough or fearless enough to fight Killer for the TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings, then by all means you can step up. But sadly, Killer is just going to knock you down. So I wonder if anyone out there is going to be bold enough to take up Killer for his TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings. You know, well, looks like we do got someone to take up Killer on it now. It looks like we have King Kong. So, King Kong goes, I'm the one that's going to take up Killer on an open dare to become the TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter. And I'm not going to have someone like Killer, who he thinks, I think I would make, I'm not going to have someone like Killer be the TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter when I think I would make a greater one. Well, that's good for you, King Kong. Because at the end of the day, you're just going to get beat. Just like everyone else who fought Killer since I became the overseer for Killer. This man has been unbeatable ever since I took over being his overseer. You know. Well, we'll have to see about that. Well, this is for the TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings. First, he is King Kong, and he is the TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter, Killer. Well, we now got away, and oh, Killer thinks he's gonna get King Kong, Gene Okerlund says. Well, we'll see what happens, Trini Kwan says. Killer just picked up, King Kong picked up Killer and just body slammed him. Gene Okerlund said, well, Trini Kwan said, it looks like King Kong is the match for Killer. It looks like King Kong could beat Killer. No, I don't think so. There's no way that's gonna work. No way that King Kong can beat Killer and become the TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter, Wade Barrett says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner and the new TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter, King Kong. Well, King Kong now he can't stand up now. Fuck. Well, now King Kong is now the new TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter. He beat Killer here today. He beat Killer here today on NXT 2.0. Gene Okerlund said. While Trini Kwan said, we didn't think when we started the show today, we didn't think that King Kong would become the new TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter. No, we didn't think that would happen, Wade Barrett says. I don't like King Kong, but I do think he did a great match. But I do think Killer should have beat King Kong, Wade Barrett says. This is my belief. Well, here comes Keith Lee now. Well, King Kong, it seems that you have beat Killer. And I must say, that is a very great thing you did. But the way I look at it is that now, since you're now the TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter, I think me and you should have that match again. And I think if you're going to be a fighting TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter, then I think that you should fight me. Well, I'm going to think about that. I'm going to think about that. Keith Lee. I mean, yes, we did have our first match. And I mean, yes, you did beat me. But I think, what the hell, we should have that match again. So yeah, why not? I'll put my TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings on the line, on stake with you. Alright. Well then, King Kong, made the great man or the great being win, I guess. Well, looks like that King Kong and Keith Lee are going to have another match for the TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings here sometime down the road, Gene Okerlund said. Well, we do know Michael Cole now, Gene Okerlund says, is going to talk with Killer and Montel Rotadius Porter. Well, he's not going to be in a good mood, I can tell you that, Wade Barrett says. Well, he never is, Trini Kwan said. Sadly, needs to get over it. Alright. Yes, Gene Okerlund. I'm going to be talking with Montel Rotadius Porter and Killer. Alright, MVP or Montel Rotadius Porter. It seems that your man Killer just lost to King Kong here today on NXT 2.0. Yeah, he lost here today on NXT 2.0. And I'll tell you something, Killer is going to get his hands on King Kong. Killer is going to get his hands on Keith Lee. Killer is a killer. He's living up to his name. And I don't know how King Kong beat him. I don't know how it happened. But there's no way that King Kong is going to have a long run as a TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter. Well, you think something bad's going to happen to King Kong? No, I just think Keith Lee's going to beat him, and then I think Killer is either going to beat King Kong or Keith Lee. Well, what does Killer think about losing the TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings? Well, why don't you just ask him, Michael Cole? So, Killer, how do you feel about losing your the TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings? I hate losing. And I'm going to get my hands on King Kong. And I'm going to get my hands on Keith Lee. King Kong will yield for what he did. Well, that was my talk with Montel Rotadius Porter and Killer. Back to you, Gene Okerlund. Well, thank you, Michael Cole, for talking with Montel Rotadius Porter and Killer here today on NXT 2.0. And it looks like it is all the time we got here for NXT 2.0. I am Gene Okerlund for Trini Kwan and Wade Barrett. We hope you like NXT 2.0, and we'll see you tomorrow for Dynamite or Mike.